and we are live. Hopefully there won't be any issues today with the stream, with voice chat. Why is it not popping up on my list? There we go. Professional streamer, I know. I can pause this now. I have to get a secondary monitor. I'll be honest right now. I need a second monitor if I want to continue streaming and being a professional. Because I can't have my phone sitting on my table right now.
Because I'm trying to open now both streams on one tablet.
Bruh. That doesn't work that way.
It works so I can read both chats.
Why are you trying to read my chat and your chat at the same time? Don't you have a secondary monitor?
No. I got the tablet.
Get a second one, you nub. Am I gonna be the only one that has a second monitor?
Okay, it doesn't work.
I guess you could use restream.io, Kappa.
Oh, it doesn't matter. Okay, let me just post it.
Bruh. Hello, Aaron. We're just waiting on Speed Booster to get ready because he's late as always.
Hey, sorry.
You'll be late to your own funeral someday, Kappa.
Yeah, because I won't be there.
Touche. That is a valid argument, sir. What will you be doing, though? Are you going to be playing the crew for the rest of your life?
Okay, no, I'm not going to change, to close this Discord. I'm online.
You want newer Chevy Camaro in the crew? We actually do have that in the wait, in the crew, or you mean the crew 2? The crew 2 is getting the 2017 Camaro, but I'm pretty sure this game's not going to get it, well, because honestly this game's already dead. They're not going to do anything to it anymore. Wait, do I have low latency mode on? I don't know. No, I think I did turn it on.
I don't know. Okay, so what do you want to drive? Performance, of course.
Obviously, performance.
Well then, let me choose a car. Faction or...
Well, obviously a faction. 2014 Chevy Camaro? I don't remember what body style that is. Is that the slightly facelifted version of the Camaro? With the weird connected taillights at the back. Not like the checked, the L-shaped ones. What are you doing in the tuna?
I want some tuna. With no crust. I'm just searching for a good car.
You can do that through your phone app thing, whatever, in game.
No, because... Got one. No, because I need to tune it up.
Bruh. Why didn't you do
Why?
that before, though?
Because I just came online, so don't complain.
I just came online, too. I'm gonna have to wait for you to come.
I was eating crisps.
Don't respond to that. Okay, I'll delete my stream from your chat now because it's not really needed anymore. Surprisingly, now I don't hear any audio issues. Yesterday I was having audio issues for some reason. There probably was something broken with Discord yesterday, to be honest. I had to do a complete fresh install, uninstall, and reinstall. Yeah, I can see what they were doing with the 2014 Camaro, though. They were trying to make it look like the Z28 version, the earlier version, the original one, with those taillights. Wait, no, they were trying to make it look like that 1970s Camaro that we have in the game with the connected taillights, with the little white reverse lights in the middle.
Okay, I'm ready.
I'm ready. What do you got?
Show me what you got.
No, don't ever say that again. What? Okay, for the record, the F12 Berliner is not actually that good, to be honest.
I know, that's why I took it. Now come on, just invite.
I want to see what color you made it. Actually, no, never mind. I don't have to see it. What are we gonna do? We gonna do a faction mission. What faction mission? Frontier Tour. Nah, let's do something different this time around. Let's do longest course.
Maybe doing some more missions instead of one long.
Maybe
Why,
some
yeah.
people like it longer.
Oh,
No,
come on.
God. I didn't intend on saying it that way, to be honest.
Man, I think I need to make it an adult stream. Like, you have to accept it's plus 18.
But there's not an option to do that with YouTube, though. You can only do that with Twitch. That's the problem I see with YouTube. I mean, why I don't like YouTube either. I mean, the YouTube's name basically just doesn't really mean anything anymore. Ever since YouTube was like, oh, we want to become advertiser friendly, that it just became ruined. Boy, we're like door to door. How on earth are you so fast? Holy crap.
Oh, I really... I'm just thinking in Hot Pursuit style, braking and drifting then. That's a problem.
Are you using a controller or your wheel?
Wheel.
I don't hear it like making the noise of the motor moving and stuff. Or is it a quiet wheel? We is that like a
Doesn't make that
maroon
much
colored?
noise. Yep. I already also bought now all colors for this car.
I remember my friend Gunner4568, when he would use his wheel, it was so freaking loud when he'd use it. You could hear the motor from the wheel like whining and thanks. Thanks.
I was braking.
I told you that thing has
Look at
awful
the-
brakes. The
look
AI
at
are
the-
dumb, I know. They always do that.
How
It
many
seems-
times did you drive this infection mission?
Multiple times. I just remember specifically that the AI do it at that exact part like that. It's like trying to watch the Trackmania 2 ghost recordings of like absolute noobs on certain tracks. I haven't played Trackmania 2 any kind of Trackmania 2 game in forever. How are you so fast? Look at that acceleration. That is unbelievable.
Oh man. I
Yeah,
need
you
to
got all
watch
the
that
acceleration, but you don't have any brakes. The brakes are so bad on that thing that it actually makes it understeer.
Oh, it's this one.
Whee! Oh, this corner. This corner's so annoying. You gotta just brake just perfectly and do the perfect line to get her right in the gap perfectly.
Wow, traffic car is wiggling.
Dude, I can hear your car from here. It's got like an electric motor sound. That's a bug that that car has also. Like, you guys hear that? It's like a electric whining sound.
Maybe because it is crying.
Bunk.
Arigato.
Well, I probably shouldn't have done that because your acceleration is extremely overpowered.
Come on, I'm braking now. Okay, now you should catch up.
Well, I'm gonna be drafting you.
That's also why I told you. We'll catch up.
I can smell you. Oh snap! I'm doing 260 from drafting you. This thing is fast. What are you doing? You're so
You're
lucky I didn't
lagging.
crash there. Because I'm session leader. I'll give it to you. I'll pass the baton to you.
Oh shit.
That corner is a killer. Where are you?
Taking a swim.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to make a pool party.
It's called carpooling now.
Alright.
That's what it's called, boy. Soon we won't have to do that because we'll have boats and planes in the crew too.
I got an idea.
You what? So wait, you're
Oh,
running
no,
a
I can't.
you're running a GTX 660 on your computer, and it's perfectly fine with the crew.
60 FPS.
60 FPS, but in terms of how much the fans are turning, how fast are they spinning? Do they sound like they're max
maximum.
speed? Mine are on maximum
Good.
too, but mine sounds
Yeah,
like it's screaming for help. It's like, please don't do this to me.
Shit. The problem is with mine, my graphics card is kind of broken. It doesn't activate the fans anymore. So I had to take the wires from the fan directly to the power supply.
Well, you could just simply take the fans and attach them to a connector that can connect to your motherboard and use a speed fan to make them work. That's what I did with mine. Because mine came with external fans that are not actually connected to the GPU.
Okay.
They have to be connected to the motherboard, which is a slightly faulty design, but that's why speed fan exists. Or you could use MSI Afterburner or whatever, which I can't use because I don't have an MSI card. No, I do actually.
Wait, if I go now to the desktop, it will stop for a second, or?
You what?
I will just do it. I have to check something. And I was right.
You're what?
I just stopped the stream on Google Chrome. So my game should run now a little bit better.
Waiting for Bunta. Wait, you're not gonna stream?
I am streaming. That's also why I'm playing 720p.
You're playing your game at 720p resolution?
Yeah.
What? Why? That explains why you have 60 FPS, smooth 60 FPS all the time.
Well, I need it because if I'm streaming, otherwise it will drop down even more in full HD.
720p. I can't actually do that because I'm running on borderless. If you
Why
run
are
on,
you running on borderless?
because it's just easier that way, so you don't minimize the game and have to get stuck in like loading it back in when you open it up again. That's the problem. This game just doesn't like getting minimized in full screen mode at all. It hates it. That's why I do borderless all the time. But the only issue with running it in borderless is it's always on 1080p. And you can't change it. It's locked at 1080p.
That's the problem. And my graphics card can't handle 1080p with recording, night and rain.
What about your CPU though?
That doesn't have any problems.
You could then you just use CPU rendering for your stream.
I think so. Well, the graphics card, even if I'm not streaming, the graphics card has a problem with this game.
Well, when you go to 1080, when you get your 1080 installed, you're gonna have a lot less problems. You're gonna be able to run on 1080p while playing.
I will run this game on Ultra.
Yeah, you'll run it on Ultra, but it's still not recommended. Actually, I've looked at the specifications for a 1080 GTX. Even the 1080 Ti, it still recommends high for the Crew. It doesn't even recommend Ultra. It never recommends Ultra, even with the highest graphics cards you put onto it.
Well, it just shows that this game is programmed like crap.
Yeah, the Ultra settings are just broken on this game for some reason. And then there's the anti-aliasing, which is basically broken. The only way you can actually fully utilize all of the anti-aliasing, the highest settings, is if you have an 8GB graphics card. An 8GB VRAM GPU.
Well, the 1080 has 8.
Yeah, but mine only has 1.5.
I got 2.
That's the problem with the older graphics cards. They have a very, very low VRAM, but they have extremely powerful processors for what they are. If only there was a way to upgrade the VRAM on those older graphics cards without majorly messing up the coding of the graphics card. There probably is, but at the same time, you're probably just going to damage the graphics card as a result. Because it's just not designed for that much RAM. And even if you put in like 8GB of VRAM into that graphics card, it probably will only use like 1.5GB of VRAM since it's programmed that way to use it.
Yeah, we'll need to make a patch then.
Probably a BIOS update will make that work, but still, definitely not recommended with a graphics card that old. It probably can't handle that much VRAM.
Yep.
I mean, mine gets the job done. It works perfectly fine. I mean, yeah, there's weird stuttering issues.
You know, instead of making yourself so much stress, why not just buy a new one?
I am gonna buy a new one. I'm gonna buy RX 580, hopefully. in the future if the prices drop
580
from
or 570?
RX 580.
Oh.
I was
plus
considering a 570,
570.
but the 580 is just a little bit more powerful and about the same price. If you're gonna go with a new GPU, you might as well go with the whole 9 yards. Go with the best that you can.
Well, why not the GTX 1060?
Because the 1060 is actually not that good. The processor is only like a 192-bit processor, which doesn't really do too good in terms of live streaming and playing a game at the same time.
Okay.
That's why I'm going with the RX 580, since that has a 256-bit processor, which is not as good as mine, but it's still better than 128 or 192 even.
Yeah.
Friggin' Arctic sent me a graphics card that was that I didn't know at the time was a low-budget graphics card, but I was like, hey, I'll get this. This is so cheap. And it was like $130, and I showed it to my friend and was like, Michael, what are you doing? This is a low-budget graphics card. And then I looked at it again and I was like, oh, that explains why it's so cheap. It's a 128-bit processor. Wait, what'd you say?
I just thought, maybe at that time you thought it was a good graphics card because of the price.
I think it was a good graphics card for the price, because I saw everything else was so expensive. I was like, why is this one so cheap? It's got 4 gigabytes of VRAM, and then I didn't look at the processor. That's the last thing I looked at. I'm like, 4 gigabytes of VRAM makes it more powerful. Nope, it's the processor that also makes it more powerful.
I don't know at the moment what the 1080 has. I think. Well, I will look it up.
The 1080?
Yep.
I don't remember off the top of my head either. It's a much powerful processor than like most of the other stuff. I know that for a fact. Here comes Bunta and his hybrid Ferrari 458 12. Oh crap.
Oh fuck.
I had a massive frame lag, by the way. Frame rate dropped for like half a second.
While driving.
Never look at your phone while driving. What, are you googling how powerful the processor is on your GPU? Your 1080? There's a 1080 Ti even as well, which from what I could see, it's not too major of a difference, to be honest.
256 bits.
256 bits? Okay. That's kind of the norm nowadays with graphics cards.
Oh, boy.
And then there's the Vega. I'm pretty sure the Vega has a much higher, much powerful processor. The Radeon Vega, I mean.
Yeah, but wasn't the Vega a rendering card and not a gaming card?
It is a gaming card, I'm pretty sure. I don't know for a fact though. I think you can use it for a gaming card.
Well, but I think it's just like the same with an Nvidia Quadro P600.
Maybe.
It costs you $4,000, and well, for gaming it's pretty nonsense.
Don't bump me, hey.
You're lagging.
You have session leader. That's your own fault.
You're the only one lagging.
I gave you session leader. Why don't you have it? Arctic's here. 1080 has a 256-bit bus. Vega is a 2048-bit bus.
Oh boy.
16 gigabytes of VRAM and 2048 bits. That is crazy. That's definitely a gaming graphics card, and most likely also a rendering graphics card.
At what price would be the question?
What?
At what price?
The Vega is like $1,000.
Oh boy.
And it has to be, and it's water cooled by default. You have to water cool that thing because it produces so much heat from how powerful it is. Sooner or later, water cooling is just going to become the basic price. It's $1,500 actually, Arctic said, but there's a lower price one as well. I'm pretty sure that one costs. There's one that costs $1,000 as well, which I believe that's the non-water cooled version. Oh jeez.
Playing the cockpit cam?
Nope. I just wasn't paying attention.
No, I'm playing now. It just sounds so much different instead of the bonnet cone.
So yeah, in the end, I'm probably gonna get an RX 580. I mean, there's not really, it's not. I don't know. In my opinion, it's just not worth buying a 1080 just right now yet, especially since my CPU is gonna be the biggest bottleneck out of everything. Because the GPU is only as powerful as the CPU you have in your system, and if your CPU can't keep up with the rendering that the GPU has, then it's just gonna be a bottleneck.
For me, I'm going to have i7 7700K, so the CPU won't be a problem.
Both have the same specs. So the $1,000 Vega and the $1,500 Vega is the same specs, but one of them is water cooled, the other one isn't. Okay, the water cooled one is $1,500, the air cooled one is $1,000, which I'd say that's a fair price, but still very expensive. You'd think that the one that is air cooled will have slightly lower specs because of the fact that, well, it can't transfer heat nearly as effectively as the water cooled version. I don't know, there's probably a reason behind why it's more effective. And then you overclock those, and holy crap, those are going to get really hot.
Yeah.
The Vegas. I don't know what the highest you can overclock them to, but I'm pretty sure nobody really knows because, well, they haven't officially tested it. In the end, I'm probably never gonna get a Vega, to be honest. I don't see a reason to buy that Vega either, since $1,000 is a lot of money to throw away at a GPU. Let's be real.
Let me guess, at least one Minecraft YouTuber will buy that card.
Yeah, probably. And then you have to get the Threadripper in order for it to be effective with the Vega. In the end, and then you have to get the motherboard in order for the Threadripper to be used, since it has like 4,000 pins in it.
Yep.
You need a specific setup in order for it to work, and you're going to throw a lot of money away just at the whole entire system. And then you could put it on your wall and be like, hey, check it out. I got a Vega, I've got the Threadripper and the motherboard for the Threadripper. Check it out, boy.
Did you ever try to accelerate with your left foot? It
No.
feels so strange.
Accelerate with your left foot. Why do you say that?
Because my right foot needs a brake.
Oh. Well, what about left foot braking, though? Well,
Heel and toe in reverse.
holy crap, I just bounced off the wall. Man, honestly, I'm actually interested to see how the Crew is going to run with the RX 580 if I'll get it. It's probably going to run a lot smoother, and the RX 580 is going to be a lot happier to run it than my GTX 580.
I'm interested how it will run with the 1080. Because I never saw this game.
We'll run it in 4K, but they don't have a 4K monitor though.
No, and I will never run games in 4K because I don't see the sense in it.
Yeah, there's no reason to run a game in 4K except for making it look nice. But,
yeah, but
running it in 4K uses up so many resources.
Yep. I mean, 2K is okay, but 4K, for me, it's overkill.
I mean, yeah, 4K looks nice on the eyes, it looks nice, it looks crisp. But 1080p, I honestly don't see a difference between 1080p and 4K. It looks the same to me.
There is probably a difference, but still.
There probably is. I've never really officially looked at what a 4K looks. But for the price of a 4K monitor, which is like $400, that's a lot of money just to get into being part of the 4K family.
Invest in something else.
What?
Oh boy. What am I doing in Monster Drift?
What are you doing?
Having a little fun.
I missed the gap.
Do you have?
I have mine thing's in miles. It's 8,000. My odometer is 8,300 and something miles.
Okay. Well, I'm currently at 91.
Welcome back, Max. Even though this is the first stream of the day, and the only stream of the day. I can hear your electric motor from all the way back here.
What the hell?
That car is bugged with the engine sound. Hopefully that will go away for the Crew too if the F12 Barnetta will make a return.
Ah, they will copy paste.
I mean copy paste. They have the right to reuse models from their last game. It's just how it works. Even the Forza series reuses models from their past game, which honestly they have too many models. Let's be realistic. The Crew barely has any models, any cars.
I have to say, I don't have a problem if the game has too many models. It's just you can really choose them from different variety of cars.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like they throw everything at the plane and be like, "Hey, we got everything now. Cool. Now what?" Sooner or later, like, at some points, the developers are just going to say, we have enough cars already, what are we going to do now? And basically, from then on out, the next, like, series of Motorsports and Horizon games are just going to be, like, mostly, basically copy and pastes, exactly. Since they have the same amount of cars, the same car varieties, they have the same, different map, same physics, same other stuff. Eventually, it's just going to be boring, to be honest. Oh my! Right down the middle.
Did you just really? Oh wait, I won't come.
I was looking at the chat. What in the? Boonsa, what the hell did you do?
Shortcut.
I didn't know I was going right down the middle of the bridge. Looked at the chat. Next thing I know, I'm flying through the middle and to my getting a going into the drink. Well, I appreciate it if you donated money. That's very much appreciated, but you don't have to.
Wait, you got a donation?
No, somebody said that if they had the money, he'd donate $100, which that's not 100% necessary though.
No.
You can keep your money, boss. I don't need it. Much appreciated for the donation, but I don't really need it. I'll just do this for fun.
I mean, I have to say, it's still sometimes I don't see the reason of donating to the streamer.
Well, so they can improve their content, so they can get new equipment, new stuff for their channel, content.
But
That's the reason behind it.
Stream quality is good. And
I can always improve my stream quality somehow, some way with new games or whatever.
yeah, okay. All 4 games you
A better microphone. What? What'd you say?
Well, in my opinion, okay, just remember now, for games, it would be a reason to, donate money.
Yeah. Did you manage to get Doom to work with OBS? Nice. Oh. You have to use desktop capture. That's what I was going to suggest to you, Arctic, yesterday, but I didn't have the time to suggest it. I assume that you probably already thought of it. But the thing is, desktop capture is actually more, uses up a lot more resources than just window capture. That's what you gotta watch out for, so it's probably gonna increase the lag on your game quite a bit.
Should I break?
Should you break? No, you don't have to break. I'll catch up eventually. You can break when you get to the finish line. My goal is to get to 8,500 miles on my Stingray by the end of the stream, so I think I'll probably go way over that. I'll get to it and go a little over that, just like yesterday's stream. And then I started having technical difficulties and I had to quit. It seems like, though, after uninstalling and reinstalling Discord, everything's fine now. I don't know what was going on yesterday. Nothing got screwed up in your short stream, nice. Wait, but it said you were streaming the Crew last night. I looked at my server and it said you were streaming the Crew. And I also looked on your server, Arctic, and it said you were also streaming the Crew.
Yeah, it's Spotify advertisement. I love it.
Spotify advertisement. You're listening to Eurobeat while you're playing.
No. I'm just having a playlist of non-copyrighted sounds, but the thing is,
I don't listen to it.
way too quiet.
Yeah, but like yesterday as well, Arctic, when I told you as well, I tried to, when I was re-downloading Discord, I noticed that my download speed was basically limited to like under 770 kilobits per second, which was really awful. But after disconnecting from my internet and reconnecting, it went back to normal, which I don't know why that happened. But like I said, my ISP is limiting my upload and download speed, since I'm using quite a bit of it. No! Why do I always screw up this corner? Hold up, I want to check some real quick. If I can minimize. How many frames do I drop? Nothing! Yay! Means that my internet's actually cooperating for the first time ever.
I got no viewers. Yay!
I got some viewers.
Nobody likes me.
Nobody likes me either. Nobody likes me on Twitch. That's why I stopped using it. I mean, I'd get people that would follow me. I mean, that was nice, but then they just never return. It's as if they disappeared off the face of the earth.
If I look at Twitch, for example, people like have 300,000 followers on Twitch and only 500 viewers. I mean, what the fuck? For real?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I mean, yeah, they're probably tight for in terms of watching streams. They probably have a personal preference in terms of who they want to watch. And yeah, then they just forget about you and just forget that you even exist. But still follow you.
I mean, sure, a lot of people are not watching right at that time when the stream is streaming. But still, it's kind of funny to see if people like got so many followers and only not even, I don't know, 5% of them are watching.
I mean, here's the thing that I like about YouTube, though. Like, with YouTube, they created a system so that it actually removes inactive people from your channel that are subscribed. I mean, if they do watch your videos, then yeah, it's fine, that'll leave them subscribed. But if they're, like, engaged in one of your videos and then never watched your channel ever again, then it will remove them off of your list. As a result, to remove inactive subscribers. Twitch doesn't do that, though. If they follow you, they stay followed for you forever. They never get removed, even if they're inactive. I'm not on PS4, I'm on PC. I should have, oh my god, I forgot to do that. I forgot to put the thing in the description saying I'm on PC and it's an English-only stream. Oh well, I'll do that next time. I'll try and remember for it next time.
Why not do it now?
I'm not going to do it right now. That would mean stopping and giving you a massive head start.
I'm waiting.
It would also be extremely unprofessional for me to do that.
Welcome to YouTube.
Oh my god. Like I said, YouTube's completely lost its, like, reasoning. Not really reasoning, it's just the name of YouTube just doesn't really mean anything anymore. YouTube back in the day was all about just expressing yourself and having the freedom to do whatever you want. Nowadays, it's just trying to censor you and make you just try and be like the same as everybody else.
Yep.
And try and reduce swearing as well. I mean, if you as much as swear like a little bit in your videos, I mean, it's kind of okay, but you can also get soft demonetization as a result. It's really dumb that they're doing that nowadays. I mean, the whole point of YouTube is to express yourself and to just, yeah, appeal to other people. If you're not like, if you're basically if they see you're censoring yourself and just not swearing, then they won't take you seriously. They won't see you as like a proper commentator. I mean, I understand just to kind of appeal to YouTube, but at the same time, most people just, if they see that you're being too serious about it, then they won't really take you seriously. That's just how it goes. Yeah, I don't own any console games. Everything I play is on PC. I'll probably never own a console. How did I make it right past you? What?
Why didn't you tell me you go to the left?
Well, one does not simply say that. Racing drivers never say if on your left or on your right. You just assume where they're at.
Take me on the left.
Well, I've got massive space on the right here. Stop trying to bum me. Wee! Oh no. I'm good. Wall tap.
Submit it to
This is on
Slapguy.
PC. I already said Arctic, no worries. I can handle it, but I guess you can type it out as well. I don't mind. Oh no!
Oh boy.
Okay, I'll go down here.
We made the barrel.
I looked at the chat and just, yeah. This is a race between a Corvette driver and a Ferrari driver. Well, let's just say that the Corvette is having a little bit of trouble spanking the Ferrari and teaching it a lesson that it's not the best car in the world. I remember specifically watching a video of a guy who made a video. Oh wait, how would I say this? How am I supposed to phrase this? I remember watching a video on YouTube of someone recording a really, really loud Mustang. It sounded straight piped. It was so loud that it even put a Ferrari to shame. An F12 Berlinetta sitting next to it. It was like revving super loud, and then the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta sitting next to it tried to put it in its plate. What the heck? The F12 Berlinetta tried to put the Mustang in its place, but it failed. Everyone just kind of laughed at the Ferrari. No! What is this rubbish?
Oh.
I couldn't turn.
Whoa!
I'm not driving a Mustang. Why am I driving so rubbish?
Take a look where I am.
How in the... Where are you? Well.
You know what happened?
You jumped over the thing?
I just got bumped in the air by nothing.
Okay, seems legit. Oh, maybe there's certain parts of the maps where there's like a collision box for like a rock or whatever, but the rock doesn't actually exist. There are specific parts like that sometimes. My goodness, the tunnel sounds.
I'm coming.
I don't like the sound of that. Oh, don't tap the wall. Is this Highway Child? No, this is Longest Course.
Highway Child goes from left to right.
Yeah.
And it's only in the desert.
Highway Child actually starts in Los Angeles and goes all the way around the map, the perimeter of the map. I don't know what... It starts in the desert. What do you mean starts in the desert? Are you talking about Landmark Tour?
No, it goes through the desert.
I don't know what track you're on about. You mean Dry Run?
No, Highway Child. It starts in Los Angeles and goes through the highway in the desert.
It goes all around...
Whoa, sorry.
That was my fault. I swerved in front of you on accident.
No problem. What the?
Do a barrel roll.
Huge barrel.
They didn't land though. Why are we so rubbish?
I find one thing funny. As soon as I'm in your slipstream, it's like VTEC kicks in.
Yeah, but you're not able to say that yet though, because that's not a Honda. But when we actually get the Honda in the Crew 2, then you could say VTEC kicked in, yo.
Maybe it's a fake Ferrari from China.
A fake Ferrari from China. That doesn't exist. Actually,
Dude,
maybe that does exist.
You know that the guy from the Toyota MR2 made a Ferrari?
Oh no, yes. He made like an F355 or something like that out of an MR2 chassis. There's always going to be those replica cars. Some of them are going to be good, but most of them, yeah, they don't look that good in the end. They look kind of cheap.
The best thing is a Chrysler Rolls Royce.
A Chrysler Rolls Royce. It's a poor man's Rolls Royce. Actually, or is that a Mercedes?
Hey Shura, first comment today. Whoa, whoa.
I just saw you spin around.
What the?
What happened to you?
Never mind.
I'm coming for you. She'll be coming down the mountain. I need to deliver that tofu.
No, I'm faster.
Boonsa had enough money to buy a Ferrari replica, but not enough money to buy an 8.6 engine. What the heck? This guy, though. He understands the initial D memes.
I didn't even pay for the new engine. It was Takumi.
Yeah, his own savings account that Boonsa created.
Well, no, at that point it was 50-50.
Yeah, it probably was. Oh my! Have you ever seen a picture of Boonsa Photoshop with like anime eyes?
Yeah.
I saw that image. I'm like, wow, it looks slightly funny. I was like, that could be legit though.
Dude, I always asked whom God's name is Takumi's mother.
Wait, what?
I mean, you never know anything about Takumi's mother. Is she dead, or did they got divorced?
They probably don't talk about it. I don't know.
Yeah, because they didn't talk a bit. Only that's once he said since mom.
Or something like that. Yeah. You will never know the story.
But you know the fan made a short trailer where Bunta is driving against Ayrton Senna?
Nope, I don't know that fan made trailer. I've seen a lot of initial D memes, but I haven't seen that one.
There's actually also a fan comic about Bunta when he was young.
What the heck?
And I didn't read it yet.
Back in my day, we didn't have power steering, and Toyota made cars that are this good.
430, here we go!
We had Supras that don't look like what they do nowadays, and that still exist.
Back in the days we were steering with the foot.
Steering with the foot.
God damn, deathmatch is a joke. Foot steering is a new challenge.
Oh my goodness. That's a little too close. Oh damn it. What? Rip Bunta. I didn't intend on doing that.
What? I can't even. Come on. You can do it. You can.
Fine, I'll wait. Since that was partially my fault. I didn't see you braking, for the record.
I was, because it is.
You just
this
slammed
car
on your
has no
brakes for no reason whatsoever.
Because it's coming a turn, and this car has no brakes.
It has brakes, but it has the understeering type of brakes. I like how traffic is just popping in randomly right in front of me. From time to time. Back in the day, we didn't have ABS and traction control to help ourselves. Well, for the record, ABS does help in certain applications, but traction control, no, doesn't help at all. It just makes you slower. But it prevents you from having fun.
Actually, ABS makes it slower, Forza.
That's Forza logic, though. But ABS, in certain senses, in the rain, ABS actually does come in handy, so that you can go right to the limit of the ABS with right to the limit of the brakes without the risk of locking them up easily. What the? What? Did I do that?
No, it was me.
What the heck happened to you? You just swerved in front of me.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I tried the shortcut.
That's not gonna help.
Yeah.
Come on, man, take this seriously. Don't be like those YouTubers like Danny Denoga and so forth who know absolutely nothing about the game.
I just wanted to get my revenge.
Oh jeez. Butsa can't handle the supercar power. Oh jeez. Well, technically speaking, Butsa in real life would probably not even be able to handle the power of Mustang. He'd probably start the Mustang meme, to be honest. Mustang crowd control meme. But for the record, he'd probably never drive a Mustang. He'd be like, Peasant car.
No, Bunta doesn't need power. He will destroy it with 100 PS.
That's metric horsepower, though.
Kilowatts, what do you want?
Kilowatts. Nowadays, if you actually want to impress your friends with how much power your car engines, with your car makes, don't tell them in horsepower. Tell them in kilowatts. It's much higher.
No, it's lower.
No, it's higher.
Kilowatts is lower. PS is higher.
Horsepower is lower. I took engineering, and it's higher.
HP.
Kilowatts is higher. Or no, just watts, not kilowatts, just watts.
Watts is higher.
If you have like a 1500 horsepower engine, it'll be like over 1,000,000 watts of power.
That's why there is kilowatts.
Yeah, that's why there's kilowatts, but it's still bigger than horsepower.
Watts is bigger. Okay.
Kilo horsepower. 1.5 kilo horsepower.
Then there's brake horsepower.
What is that? Is that the power of your brakes now?
I don't know where the difference is between brake horsepower and...
It's probably a combination of torque and horsepower.
Probably.
Or maybe it's heat horsepower. Horsepower from when the engine is warm. Or at operating temperature, I don't know.
Man, I'm currently driving like shit.
Hey, look, there's what was that mountain called? I forgot what it was called. Pikes Peak, with like the satellite dish hanging out up there. Very low quality Pikes Peak. Are you eating chips while driving?
Yep.
What kind of chips, though?
Tortilla with salt.
All the flavors, and you chose to be salty.
Yeah, because salt is... Oh!
Never
Sorry.
take that line for that corner. I learned that by mistake yesterday when I was driving with Arctic Games.
I'm having the PvP track highway hijinks in my mind, where I just can go full throttle in 6th gear.
For you, maybe, with your racing wheel. Oh, no! Okay, that saved me. Man, I hope they add electric cars into the Crew too. That'd be awesome to play with those. And just like drag race people like I used to drag back here in high school. In my Prius.
Oh no, go away.
Wait, what?
That was too early.
Michael, don't underestimate Boonta. He can drive and eat chips and shift at the same time. Whoops, sorry. That's not the only thing Boonta can do. Boonta can do a mid-corner drift as well and have a smoke at the same time. Light one up. If you saw that episode.
Yeah. Dude, I saw the whole series 5 times.
Boonta, what are you doing? You're in the middle of a drift. I want to smoke.
I feel like for smoke.
I feel like for smoke. And like the co-driver's like freaking out. I was like, dude, what in the hell are you doing?
Wait.
Because it's like, I'm bored now.
Was it Yuichi? No, Yuichi was the Evo driver.
It was Boonta's friend that
Yeah,
drove that Toyota thing. I forgot what his name was. It's like from the first episode of the series.
Episode, you see it.
You see, comes by. It's like some people will never change. And then you realize that's not actually Boonta. That's his crazy son.
Okay, what am I doing right now?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I wanted to cut to the left so I don't have to take these corners.
There's no way to cut across there.
There is. But I can't see it. Just go to the left. Oh, Bockus is there.
Yeah, but when Paulo, here's the thing. I can drive a car and drink water at the same time in a straight line.
Wow. I can eat chips and steer at the same time.
Well, you don't have the issue of me holding a controller in your hands and having some way to steer.
There's a way of steering
with your nose. Steer with your nose.
No. you steer with your right thumb, and then with the other hands, you yeah, use the triggers.
Yeah.
And the controller is on your left. Then you can drive with one hand.
I can't do that, because if I do that, my controller's gonna fall from it vibrating if I go just slightly off-road.
What?
That's the thing I hate about my Xbox One controller as well. When I start up, either when I plug it in or I restart my computer, as soon as it gets power to it, for some unknown reason, it always vibrates at full power on top of my computer. It always does that. I don't know why it does that when it gets power.
Well, I disabled vibration in this game.
Yeah, but even if I'm not playing a game, this is just starting up Windows, it automatically vibrates at full strength on my computer when it gets power. No idea why
Also
Xbox
right now?
programmed it. What?
Does it also vibrate right now?
Well, it vibrates right now, but again, if I unplug it and plug it back in, it's gonna vibrate for like maybe like a couple of seconds and then stop. And then just start working. I don't know why. Again, I don't understand. Maybe it's a way for them to test the vibrator motors to see if they work.
Well, for
Oh
example,
god.
if I turn on-
Oh god.
I turn on my wheel, it also spins to the maximum left and to the right.
You spin
The
me
two
right round. It calibrates
Lead
the...
spin. Yep.
Oh no.
Yes.
No. Please, no. Not like this. But yeah, the only reason why the wheel does that is it's calibrating force feedback. That's why it spins to the left and right.
Yep. But 3 times.
I remember when Theo was using his wheel, he like plugged it in and he was about to like grab it or put his finger in the middle of it, and it like started spinning. It's like, I was about to put my finger in the middle of that.
Ouch.
Oh,
What?
sorry. You're flying. Nice lag. Ooh. How did I not die? How did I not die? That's legit the only way you can really utilize that thing in the corner without understeering, just drifting. But at the same time, if you lock up the brakes and drift at the same time, you're gonna go into an understeer drift and crash into the wall. That's the major issue with that car. I don't know why that's the case. By the way, as of recently, this is a little bit of a sneak peek for some of you guys for a future video for the Crew 2 wishlist series. I'm going to be making a list of cars I would like to see come into the Crew 2 in the future. I can do this! Yeah! Nope.
Nope.
But yeah, and one of the cars I actually added on that list, on the first part of the list, is the Aston Martin 177. In my opinion, the Aston Martin 177 is by far the best looking car that Aston Martin has made in a long time, at least modern way.
DB5.
DB5. Well, I don't mean DB5. DB5 is not a modern, that's a vintage. The 177 is a modern. But yeah, if the 177 came into the Crew 2, man, I would just love that car, to be honest. It's an amazing car. I remember when I first drove it in TD2, for some unknown reason, I just loved it. What are you doing?
I just found the shortcut I didn't use in the summit.
Well. But yeah, the 177 is just a work of art in terms of interior and exterior, and the engine's awesome as well. At the time when the 177 was actually made, it had the most powerful engine, naturally aspirated V12 engine of anything. 750 metric horsepower. That's a lot of horsepower. And then the Vulcan came in and just blew that thing out of the water with 811 horsepower. And then the AMR Vulcan came in, which had another 25 horsepower added on top of the 811 horsepower.
How many miles do you have at the moment?
8,400 nearly.
Okay.
I think at the end of this, we'll be at like 8,500.
Not really.
Oh no, Japanese cars. I do agree with the Japanese cars, but I don't know for a fact how easy it'll be to get, considering the fact that Forza actually dropped out production Toyotas from their games, which nobody really knows why that's the case, but I'm pretty sure it's just the manufacturer saying Basically, I don't know for a fact about this, but I think they just probably want more money than Forza's willing to pay to have the Toyota brand in their game.
Wait, there's no Supra in the Horizon 3?
No, not Horizon 3, Motorsport 7.
Oh,
Motorsport 7's not getting any production Toyotas whatsoever.
well, no Prius.
There was no Prius to be. There was okay. The Prius only existed in Motorsport 4. That's it. And then it just they never had it again afterwards because it was such a useless car.
But it was a fun car.
Yeah, a fun car, but still dumb.
I mean, the Smart 4.2. Come on, that thing is so tiny.
The Smart 4.2. Oh jeez.
I mean the old one, not the new one.
Yeah, I know the older one. The newer ones are still pretty small.
Not bigger.
Oh no! The finish line's up ahead. You better wait for me.
Oh, I got an idea.
What is your brilliant idea? What are you doing? Are you driving in reverse?
Yep.
Takumi mode initiated in the final episode.
Yep.
A little bit of spoilers, my apologies.
Oh, come on. Who hasn't finished the series until now? A rip. Come on. Come on.
You're not gonna make it.
No, I won't.
I'll try this.
Whoa, 260 in reverse.
No! No! It didn't work.
The Punta's delivery was faster.
Honda's already gonna be
What?
put in. Oh, it's because I had first place for the longest time.
No.
Wait, what? Oh, you had more back on
on
track
it.
moments than me. Wait, what?
Okay.
Oh, I did get a lot more points than you. Press enter. Press enter. Honda is going to be in the Crew too. It's already been leaked from the loyalty reward system. Somebody found it and showcased it. Where the heck are you? Oh, you're to the left of me. I used to drag back here in high school. What are you planning?
Okay, what now?
I don't know, something. Let's do something. We can play longest course again, Kappa.
Nah, not the faction mission.
How about Frontier Tour? Nah.
Oh, come on. Wait, can you also decide what spec do you want? Oh, no.
No, you don't. It's locked always. Slip and slide.
A to B, collect, getaway.
Everything else is just circuit spec, so we don't really have too many options to pick from.
Wait, I'm searching.
How about Way To Amarillo?
Where is it?
We haven't played that in forever. That's down in the Florida Keys.
Come on.
I already beat you to it. I was considering switching car, but I can't.
Wow, am I really that dumb? Oh, there it is.
Only been streaming for an hour. That's pathetic. In terms of Honda, I would actually like to see the new NSX and maybe even the older NSX come into the game.
I only want the older one. I don't really like the new model.
The newer model is nice, it's sleeker, it looks futuristic and proper, but the older one just is better because pop-up headlights. Hopefully they'll bring in the one with the pop-up headlights. And at least give you the option to have it with the non-pop-up headlights, the 2005 variant of the NSX.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure they can easily do that.
Wait, isn't this the same? No.
It's not the same.
No, it's because the other one was Showdown. Oh,
Yeah. Hummer, get out the way. No, I'm getting beat by an 8C. What are you doing? This is the wrong side.
it isn't.
You're gonna win this
Of course
one.
it has to rain. Man, if the rain is the same in the Crew 2,
Infinity, no. I don't think Infinity will happen, to be honest. I mean, Forza even Forza games and the Need for Speed games don't even have infinities. I believe Forza has one infinity, but it's the G37 style, not the G35. If they're gonna bring the G35, I'd like to see the G37 as well, because I prefer the G37. The G35 is kind of ugly. There was actually one car that I really considered and I really wanted to see in the Crew 2, the Maserati Levante, the SUV. But unfortunately, if they bring that in, it's not going to have any visual customization to it, so there's not really going to be a point to bring it in.
I have to say, for most cars, I don't even use the customization. I keep it stock.
Well, it makes it more unique, though, if you use the customization.
Yeah, but I don't know, it's for me like most of the parts don't really look good.
I guess that's personal preference, but yeah. It should be there for those that actually want to use it.
Yeah, of course.
For the Crew 2, it does look like they're going to give us the option to make the cars look full stock in pretty much any spec, as far as I can tell. Or at least I hope. So we can have stock fenders, stock hood, etc. We already have stock bumpers, stock front bumpers, mirrors, wings, and side skirts, I believe. Is there anything else as well? There's a rare few cars that actually have the stock hood available to them, but that's a rare amount. Why hasn't Infinity... Oh, you ask why hasn't Infinity been in the game? Well, to be fair, I don't really know why that's the case. I can't really say for sure.
Where was the last game Infinity was in it?
Forza Horizon 3, I believe, had an Infinity.
Really?
I believe. But it was not... as far as I remember, it wasn't actually called an Infinity. I don't remember, though. I didn't play Forza Horizon 3 all that much. They only had one Infinity, though, so I'm pretty sure it's very difficult for them to get Infinity license. Oh, no. They had the Infinity Eau Rouge version, that four-door Nissan GTR thing.
Okay.
They had that as well, and that's pretty much it. They only had two Infinities. By the way, the Infinity Eau Rouge is actually a pretty interesting car. A four-door GTR, basically. But it's still very fast, despite all the extra weight that they put into it. Same drivetrain, same chassis, same engine, same... pretty much everything in general, except it's been disguised as an Infinity. And then there's also the Nissan Juke R, which has the GTR engine in it. They actually specifically made it so that it uses the same chassis, engine, and drivetrain as the GTR, but they had to modify the drivetrain so it will actually fit within the Juke's Juke's platform. So they had to cut, like, I'd say a good foot off the chassis in order for it to fit. Maybe more. Since the wheelbase is so different on that. Then there's very, very few of those available. They don't have... The Juke R is going to be made in very, very limited quantities since they're expensive to make. Nissan Juke for the Crew 2? Oh no, please no. That thing is so ugly. I mean, it's kind of cool, but no. Please no.
Why not Nissan Qashqai?
What in the hell is that?
The older brother of the Juke.
I don't know.
The
Well, I
big
guess if the
brother.
Juke makes it into the Crew 2, then I guess you could say get Juke, son. When you beat someone. Sorry.
Not again!
Hey, my brakes are worse than yours, apparently. Either that or my reaction time is just awful.
I think both is the case.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that thing has good brakes. But it also has the understeering brakes, which makes it not turn at all during high speeds, during low speed cornering.
Oh, it's midnight for me.
IRL or...
IRL.
Okay, don't screw up your sleeping schedule, though.
Oh, it's already screwed up.
Bruh. Then unscrew it.
I don't have a screwdriver.
Then get one. And learn how to use it.
IKEA is closed.
Borrow one from your neighbor or something. I'm pretty sure your neighbor has a screwdriver available. You just if they ask you why you need it, just say I need to unscrew my life.
Going to a teacher like that.
Oh good. Oh goodness, please no. Ow! Is that a bit of
Sorry,
revenge?
Yep, had to break.
Okay, we're even, but I'm still gonna get back at you for doing that. That was not nice. Revenge ain't nice.
Revenge of the Sith.
Street racers don't need girlfriends or revenge either. Actually,
The lone
we do need
drivers.
them. The lone drivers. Forever alone.
No, what? How was it called? The Nisno shirt of Itsuki. No, not Itsuki, man. Iketani.
Street racers don't need girlfriends.
Especially when they got an 8.5.
Wait, what? Especially when what now?
They got an 8.5. Dude, Itsuki screwed it up, I don't know, 2 or 3 times? I can't remember.
It's like, I got an 8.6. It's like, no, this is an 8.5.
Your muffler sounds strange.
Your muffler sounds strange. Pop the hood. There's just 2 pictures of Jay-Z in there, and it'll be like, 2 Jay-Z.
Oh, how Bunda's reaction was when he got... my 8.6 just transformed into an A5.
Yeah, and he got scammed as a result.
He bought it from eBay.
They don't even have eBay, I'm pretty sure, in the movie.
Probably not.
There were actually a lot of Easter eggs in Initial D series. As far as I remember, somebody actually pointed out that there was a DeLorean in one of the scenes of Initial D. It was like a blink and you'll miss it moment, but it was there. And then, like the Legend series, you could actually see Priuses hanging out in the parking lot near the end of when Takumi and Keisuke Takahashi battle it out.
I have to say I never watched the Legend series. The
Well, it's
Legend
new.
movies.
It's very new, but I'm pretty sure I could still find it on YouTube.
Yeah, probably.
There's always going to be that one
But
guy who
most-
uploads them to YouTube.
Yeah.
That'll probably
I
be
watched
you
the
someday.
I watched now the whole series on YouTube because I couldn't find it anymore.
You only have like
Quality.
the Japanese English subtitles version on YouTube. That's how I
Nope,
watched Stage 5, because the Initial D series actually got removed off of YouTube. They had like 1s through 3, and then they had the Stage 4 movie, but then they just started removing them after a while.
If you want, I can give you a link of all 4 stages in English dub. Even
Doesn't require pirating.
no, it's on YouTube.
Oh really? They have them on
Yep, and
YouTube?
also the 5th stage, you can find it also on YouTube.
Yeah, of course. You can find anything on YouTube if you dig deep enough. Especially what the Wall Street Journal found. Advertisements playing on racist videos, and it just one video in general. By the way, here's the thing I don't understand. They targeted that one specific video, yet there are much worse videos than that on YouTube of like people who made songs of like, there was a song where the guy said the N-word basically like 100+ times in the song. That's even worse than what he targeted and showed to YouTube, saying this is racist.
Yep.
I mean, like, the thing is, the Wall Street Journal guy just put his nose where honestly it just didn't belong. I mean, honestly, somebody never taught him mind your own business type deal. And now look where YouTube's at. Google's losing money. Basically YouTube's gone to shit for everyone, unfortunately. But now we can't do anything about that because that one guy from the Wall Street Journal caused this massive shitstorm that we're in right now.
I hope we can recover from that. Well, at least
We're never gonna
a little
recover
bit.
from that. Never. YouTube's never gonna recover from this. It's just gonna die. It's already dying. Especially considering that some people are just have ad revenue that just never recovered. It died during the apocalypse and never recovered.
Yeah, but Isn't the point of uploading stuff on YouTube to entertain?
Yeah, it is to
others
entertain,
without-
but at the same time, you know, it's just YouTube's lost its touch now. The name just means nothing nowadays, really, considering that it's all screwed up. I mean, again, I don't do YouTube for the money, but I want to get something out of it. And seeing that just my earnings are just dropping down to basically nothing nowadays, it's just sad. It's awful.
Yep.
It's horrible. My videos were had so much more revenue before the adpocalypse system, but now it's just gone. It's entirely gone. It's non-existent. I mean, even channels like Super Planet Dolan, they do it for fun, but at the same time, they also have to make money off of it because they're doing like animations for their videos. And as of recently, one of their videos has been soft demonetized, and they're not getting any kind of revenue out of it whatsoever.
What?
Nothing. They're getting nothing. I mean, it says it's monetized, but in reality, it's soft demonetized. Nothing. No ads are playing. They have 0 views, 0 earnings, nothing. So basically, YouTube is killing creators on YouTube with this whole entire system.
Yeah, especially creators who need the money to
Yeah,
survive.
exactly.
So, because there are a lot of people, for example, they're going full-time YouTube, and if there's no money, they need to get a job, and then they can't produce YouTube videos.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of how nowadays it is. People don't see YouTube as a job; they just see it as a hobby. It's like, get a real job. Oh, sorry, my fault. That's basically how it goes nowadays. They just poke fun at the YouTube creators just doing what they want to do, just having fun, making money off of YouTube, and just doing what they enjoy doing. But now you just can't do that anymore. YouTube's dead, basically. And hopefully sooner or later, somebody will create a much better platform than what YouTube is right now. And hopefully it'll stay good.
Yep. Well, personally for me, for example, the thing that's still good is Twitch, but for Twitch you need a community to support you.
Yep. You need to get a fan base, a very big fan base that stays with you for basically all eternity. And if that doesn't happen, then you're just not successful on Twitch. There's not a reason for you to even do it if you have no fan base. I mean, yeah, people say do more live streams, but what's the point? If you have no fan base, how are you going to get recognized? Nobody's going to see your streams, ever.
On Twitch, you need ages to at least get 10 viewers on
Yeah.
your stream constantly.
And again, like I've said,
Yeah, consistency.
people on Twitch come to watch your stream one time, they follow you, and never return. That's how it goes most of the time. It's kind of the same thing with YouTube, but there are it's more often than not when people just actually enjoy your content. They stay, they hang out with you for pretty much the entire duration of your career.
I would say also,
kind of.
Yeah, people just watch you once, but there are more people that watch you because they see your content due to recommendations.
Yeah, exactly. In order for you to get on Twitch's front page with the recommendations, you have to be a big, you have to have a big community with lots of viewers, a big standing.
Not really. For example, I got one list, one line, with only live streams of games, which videos I watch. For example, I always get the Crew live streams, but only because I'm watching the Crew videos, so people actually will see your stream there.
Yeah, but let's be real. If somebody already has if somebody's already a big YouTuber, a big streamer who does the Crew, even if they just do it for the fun of it, they're not that good. They're gonna watch that guy who has more views, since they see him as more professional, quote unquote, since he has more of a fan base. But that's not necessarily true. That's not the case. Just because a person has more views than somebody else doesn't necessarily make them professional. That's kind of the case as it is with YouTube. I mean, the more professional, the people that do take their channel seriously in terms of the game, they get less views than the people who just screw around mainly and just basically have no knowledge of the game. They barely know how to play it. I mean, there's Theo. I mean, he's okay. I'm fine with Theo. He knows the game pretty well. But at the same time, the fact that he gets so many views from just pretty much knowing very, very little knowledge of the game, saying like every single car that he drives is good, just to get views and just to get people to play the game. That's not necessarily the best way to do it, to be honest.
Who was Theo again?
Black Panther.
Like
back in the day when the MX-5 came out, and he's like, this is the best car ever, it's got best acceleration, best top speed, best handling, yet the brakes were absolute crap, and he was saying, oh, the handling's kind of crap, yet it's obviously not the case, it's the brakes that were bad. Anybody who just would drive the car could tell for a fact that the brakes were just rubbish, yet somehow, someway, he failed to realize that.
Well, the thing is, and then video game producers watch on those big YouTube channels like Black Panther, Slaptrain, whatever, who don't really play the game with everything that it got.
Yeah, and then they invite them out to E3. It's like, hey, come out to E3, play our game, test it out. Even though they don't have too much knowledge of the game, they don't know where there's going to be problem spots. They don't know what could be possibly broken, how the physics in and out. I mean, they just don't know that, and they just bring him in. It's like, oh, the physics are good.
Yeah,
even though they don't have too much knowledge on it.
I find it funny because you know the player Arcor.
Yeah, Acor.
And he made a video about competitive players or star players in the crew.
Yeah, but I wasn't on the list though. I don't know why he excluded me though. I made a lot of helpful videos with the game. I made videos showcasing the customization of pretty much all the vehicles in the game. I mean, yeah, there was a time where I just didn't do it because, frankly, I was kind of lazy and I didn't really have the time to do it. All of those cars that they added in.
Yeah,
so,
of course, but my point is just people who are complaining why only competitive game players who play a lot of PvP and are fast and got skill. Well, at least these players know what the game offers and what the game needs, and not those players that only cruise around a little bit. I mean, they don't really need something to know about the handling model or anything. They just cruise, for example.
And then there's like Theo. I mean, Slaptrain's okay. I don't mind Slaptrain too much. He's serious about it most of the time. But then they invited people like Dai Dinogla, and then some other guys as well, and that, like, they weren't even taking the game seriously. They just were screwing around, doing what they usually do, yelling like morons whatsoever. You could tell that they had pretty much very little knowledge of the game. Why is the countdown timer still going?
I don't have a countdown timer.
I have a countdown timer, what the hell? But yeah, basically they invite all these big players to get their game noticed. But that's not necessarily what they should do. They should have a perfect balance of people who can get the game noticed and people who actually know the game in and out, like a 50-50 balance of that. That's what they need to do. What? Why did it say you didn't finish?
What the? Well, I still got money, so I don't care.
What in the hell was that? That was weird. But yeah, that's the major problem with like gaming companies nowadays. They just use the people that are much bigger community to get their game noticed, yet that's not the most important part. To get your game noticed, you make a good product. I mean, yeah, there's a saying that goes, you can polish crap as much as you want, but in the end, it's still gonna be crap.
How many miles do you got?
Not enough, I need like another 50 miles. Let's do one. Let's do one more. Nope, not a free drive challenge. Let's do one more thing.
I got one. Oh no, it's circuit. Fuck.
About Route 66. But yeah, and the thing is, the way I see Black Panther as well, like, he used to be perfectly fine, okay? He was a perfectly fine YouTuber, I respected him, but as of recently, his channel kind of took a dive to the point of where it's pretty bad and pretty cringy.
Yep.
It's pretty bad. Like, he does all these edits. I mean, I respect him for doing the edits and taking the time to make his videos look good, but there are times in his videos where they're extremely cringy, like yelling like a moron, doing weird things with his face cam. I mean, it's pretty cringy. It looks really bad. But it's all in the name of just keeping himself relevant on YouTube.
Do you know how long Route 66 is?
Not too long. I'd say
Oh,
less than
right,
30.
I played it once. No, it's exactly 30. No, 23?
It's about 30, I think. Less than 30, I don't remember exactly.
I played it. Wait.
I mean, I understand what Ubisoft is doing.
It's
Ubisoft,
23 minutes.
yeah, I understand what Ubisoft is doing. They're trying to advertise the game, trying to get it popular, trying to get it recognized. But that doesn't necessarily help in a way. I mean, look what happened with the Crew. They got all these big players that played the game, tested it out, said that it's a good game, and in the end, it wasn't that good of a game, to be honest.
Well, at least I find it funny that people like, for example, Racemaster Dave,
Yeah.
they really want to get new leaks about the new game. And I'm just like, that game will come out in 2018. They won't have a rival. Because Payback is coming out in November.
Yeah.
And Forza Horizon 4 will come out in late 2018.
They still
So
will have a
the Crew-
rival, though. It's kind of is.
Yeah, somehow, but until then, Need for Speed will already be played for months. And probably Need for Speed won't even have end-game content again. So people will stop playing that also pretty fast. So
Who's Black Panther? Oh no, Arctic doesn't know who Black Panther is.
nobody
Just
really
look him
knows.
up on YouTube, Arctic. Just look up his channel and watch his newest video, and that'll give you an idea of who he is nowadays. I mean, I see where you're going with that one, Paulo. I see what you're trying to say. We are different. We are different people, but I can't. Some people have more of a tolerance towards quote unquote cringe, and other people just have much less of a tolerance towards cringe. I'm that kind of guy. I just can't tolerate cringe at all. Even a little bit of cringe, I can't tolerate it.
I mean, if it's not too much, so it's only slightly a bit, it's okay sometimes.
Yeah, but yelling
if
like an
that's-
idiot
yeah,
and doing
but
all
if
these
that's the
weird
main
stuff with your videos—that's the very definition of cringy.
cringe, yeah. I mean, if it's the main factor or the main point of your video, then why in God's name do you get so much attention?
I mean, and there's also like, how would I say this? There's also people like Mr. Boss for the Win. I don't know if you've heard of him. He does
I
videos on Grand Theft
Oh,
Auto 5
GTA?
videos, and he does like multiple videos per day on like very similar topics of the videos, and everybody, pretty much a lot of people hate him for that. And then there's those like little kids that just kind of see him as like a valid source, yet he's just, I don't know. He's not necessarily the most valid source ever on the internet. And he does all this clickbait stuff on his videos that just tries to make him, that just shows that he's trying to stay relevant, yet he's not going to. Sarcasm,
Well,
okay. Arctic is
also
being
see it
sarcastic.
at the German Let's Player, who's some kind of now changed from his style of YouTube titles. He doesn't put the name of the games anymore there, he just puts the sentence at the beginning of your normal title, like a new car, Need for Speed, something. And nowadays, he just puts new car, exclamation mark, point.
Clickbait, basically.
Yeah, so totally clickbait and nobody's complaining about it. I'm just like, okay.
Not fully clickbait, but there's like Mr. Boss for the Win does like clickbait style videos as well with his channel. Like when there's a new DLC coming, he like does like a video where it's basically showcasing the content, but in the title it says getting ready for the DLC. And that's just full on clickbait basically at that point. He's trying to be relevant. I mean, yeah, his normal viewers would understand that. By the way, I didn't actually notice that Mr. Boss for the Win was actually like that when I first subscribed to him. I subscribed to him like, yeah, okay, GTA 5 content, whatever. But after a while of watching his content, I actually learned exactly what kind of a person he actually is. And there's like people on that beat him in GTA 5 that like try and blow him up, shoot him, basically kill him in game. And those are basically his true haters. People who absolutely hate him and know for a fact that, well, they just don't like him for who he is. I don't know how to explain it exactly.
I don't know, but some kind of... We also have some German GTA 5 Let's Players, and I don't get it. They all make some 10-minute videos so they can put more advertisement in it, and just can feel it how they're stretching their video content just to get that 10 minutes.
That's pretty. I agree with you on that as well. And Mr. Boss for the Win is no different really either. I can see that. He just basically posts like 3 videos in one day, talking about the same stuff pretty much over and over and over again. I mean, if it's not the main topic of the video, he will mention it in the video on a little bit of a tangent. And yeah, basically mentioning stuff that he's already talked about, which he doesn't necessarily have to bring a point up. But in the end, it seems like he's just trying to make money, trying to get views whatsoever, trying way too hard to do that as well.
Yep.
That's what I can. That's what from what I can tell about it. But other people will probably disagree and probably get all salty over it and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, you can support whoever you want, but that's just my 2 cents on Mr. Boss for the Win, to be honest.
Oh, come on.
Oh, and the other thing as well, I forgot.
Yeah.
I forgot as well, Black Panther, I also realized, Black Panther is trying to copy PewDiePie's older style of videos. In fact, he's just basically direct copy and pasting PewDiePie now. Like, same edit videos, same basically acting like a moron whatsoever. He's just trying to be another PewDiePie, just to stay relevant.
Because those little kids like that.
Yeah, that's the thing with the little kids as well. I mean, I'll be honest, YouTube has just kind of lost its touch. It's not that impressive anymore. It's just now, back in the day it was special because everybody was doing their own thing, they were having their own style. Nowadays it's just, basically you copy other people's style or you're no longer relevant.
Yeah, you have to keep in mind that YouTube is already, it's not new anymore.
It's old.
It's more than 10 years now. So
yeah, indeed.
There is already a lot of stuff, so the only new thing that people can make is that they get some new ideas for videos or new games, for example. That's it. Wow, why do I only have 48 FPS? Something's wrong.
Yeah, I agree as well. If you look back at some of my older videos on my channel, where I was back in the day recording gameplay with a video camera, back in the day, you could tell I was rather cringy back in the day, to be honest. And I look back and I cringe by seeing what my video styles were like back in the day, how crap they were back in the day. But I was starting out back in the day. I didn't know for a fact that my computer could actually handle Bandicam and all of these other features without causing lag. Because back in the day I didn't have too powerful of a PC as well. My GPU wasn't that powerful as far as I remember. Maybe it was powerful enough for Bandicam, I don't remember. I just didn't want to risk using Bandicam and just causing lag. But then after a while I'm like, I'll try it, let's see what happens. And it turned out to be a much better, a very, very good option in the end. And I still use Bandicam to this day, nowadays.
Really?
Yep, I still use Bandicam. I have the free version.
Yeah, for 10 minutes I used to have that too. Then I changed to Action Cam, and then since 2 years or so, OBS.
Ow. Back in the day I didn't even cover up the stupid watermark of Bandicam. Nowadays I have a specific a video a video banner, a specific banner that I put right on top of the Bandicam logo, and it's just gone, and it actually looks like a clean video, a properly edited video without Bandicam.
Why are you recording with Bandicam and not with OBS?
Because OBS is not necessarily the best recording software you can buy, to be honest. To use, to be honest. OBS is more used for streaming. I mean, that's what I mean. OBS is better for... I didn't mean that, actually. OBS is better for streaming, not really for recording gameplay. It's not really designed for that.
Well, if you want to get recording software, Action Cam is a good thing.
I don't know, I've been using Bandicam forever, and I'm used to it. I've been using it forever, and I just know the in and out of it. I just know how to use it. Adjusting to a new system would be rather annoying, and then coding it to work properly for my setup, and maybe slightly affecting the video quality just a little bit. Bandicam just worked for me in the end. Then it's perfectly fine for me. Nobody's really complained about it, to be honest. What in the... You're flying.
No, crash cam.
The Crew came out when you were in middle school. I was a piece of crap back then. I understand my older videos with my older humor. Oh, jeez. Well, it's not that my videos were weird in terms of humor, it's just that they were pretty bad just in general. I mean, I've gotten to this point now where it's just fine.
I think you don't want to hear my or watch my first video where I speak. I was like, oh dear, it's so strange to talk.
Yeah, definitely is strange to talk, especially talking to yourself in your own house and be like, who are you talking to? Your parents would be like, who are you talking to?
That's my parents always and still ask, who are you talking to? I say, my clanmates. Who are they? They want to know everything.
That's how it was back in the day. That's how it was with my mom back in the day. She would always, like, when I'd be recording videos, she'd be like, who are you talking to? I'm like, none of your business, basically.
Wow, my mother would freak out if I gave her that.
Well, I didn't say none of your business in the end. I'm like, be quiet, I'm busy.
Then she would still freak out. Man, I think after this I'm going to play around CSGO.
CSGO.
Just to chill out.
Well, okay, at least it's not League of Legends, lol.
Oh, come on. I never played that and I will never will.
I told that as a joke to my friend one time. It was like, we were just talking about something and one of our partners kind of insulted me and I got a little salty. In the end, I'm like, do you want to go? And I'm like, and then my friend was like, this is going to turn into a battle. I'm like, no, this is going to turn into a battle on League of Legends. He thought it was rather hilarious. He was like, I get that reference. Dang it.
Man,
damn traffic.
How much miles do we got?
I'm like 5 miles away now. So after this, I should be good. I should reach my goal, and then I'll be able to take a small break from it. So when the next time I get to like 500 miles, I'll be at like 9,000 miles, and I'll be at the home stretch towards 10,000 miles, and then I'll probably stop afterwards.
And then you finally can change the car.
And then when I get to 10,000 miles, I'll be like, it's time to stop.
No, you need to go to 11,111.1.
Wait, what? Oh, I get what you mean. Or I can get to 9,999.9 miles.
No, that's boring.
That's cool. Arctic Games actually got to that mileage one time. He was in the middle of doing an event and be like, hey, you're getting close to 9,999 miles. Take a screenshot. And so I don't know if he did take a screenshot and stop and take a screenshot, or if he did. I don't remember anymore. That was a while ago.
No.
I
tried to evade that yellow car, whatever it was.
It was a van. Or an ice cream truck. You can also call it a roach coach. It's an ice cream truck, but for some reason the textures on the ice cream cones on the front of it are black for some reason. They have no design onto them.
Oh shit.
You can also call those roach coaches because back in the day those ice cream trucks were notorious for being infested with roaches. There's also the granny wagon, as Arctic Game calls it. Then there's the toaster car, which is that Kia Soul looking thing. And the Fiat 500, which I just crashed into.
Oh, I'm just driving like...
Yeah, it'd be nice to have some mileage rewards for the Crew too. They actually do have that for the Crew as well, which is getting to like 5,400 miles in a single car, on one car. Which I got that award, but now I'm just getting to 10,000 miles to be honest. Hey, 8,500 miles.
Oh man.
What in the hell happened to the GPS? It was telling me to cut across on the dirt for some unknown reason. Bye, have a great time. Look how far you went.
I'm cutting right through the checkpoint.
No,
Oh shit.
you will not get away with this. What the heck?
I will catch up.
Are you sure about that? Actually, yeah, you will, because your LaFerrari's got... Not LaFerrari, F12 Berlinetta. That thing is basically a LaFerrari, but with worse brakes. Oh my god. I remember when the LaFerrari was the most overpowered car in the game, yet it was so undrivable.
It was good.
It was good, but if you as much as turned a little bit while going straight and just being in the air a little bit, you'd fly off the road. That's what would happen. It was so undrivable in terms of going over bumps. But people still used it.
I just crashed again.
In fact, the LaFerrari Perf Spec actually had more acceleration than a Circuit Spec Murcielago, which had the highest acceleration stat of anything in the game. I mean, the LaFerrari would just outrun the Murcielago in a drag race. Perf Spec versus Circuit Spec, by the way, that's impressive. It's understandable, though. It's got a hybrid powertrain as well, so it's got instantaneous torque.
And then this Fullstock Koenigsegg comes in and drives for 400.
You know, if you draft behind a drag car with the Koenigsegg Agera R, it pretty much gets to near 300 miles an hour from drafting. It gets to like 292 miles an hour, and then that's it. It doesn't go any further. In the middle of drafting. That's crazy. Full stock. Making it the fastest car in the game.
I'd like to try that.
Damn traffic.
Yes.
You want to try it? After this, we'll do a quick try. I'll get in a drag, and then you'll get in the the Koenigsegg Agera, the Agera R.
But you remember when the drag cars came in and those YouTubers were like, "Oh my god, 300 miles or whatever."
I don't remember that. I didn't watch those kind of YouTubers. Because I have no toleration for any kind of cringe and stupidity. Hopefully they'll fix the massive rendering bug with this game as well. Like, you saw at some point in the distance with those mountains over there, those were like basically points. Blown polygons. But now they're like properly rendered. What happened to you? I told you that thing sucks, yet you insisted on punishing yourself with it.
No,
torturing
I'm just
yourself.
not steering enough.
Well, you gotta steer. Oh, shoot. I mean, I don't know about the mileage system. They'll probably figure something out. Hopefully, I just hope they don't have any more stupid awards like they did in this game with smashing 1 million objects in this game or overtaking 1 million traffic. What do you mean, why not? I still have yet to complete those, and I have so many hours in this game. It's so boring to get those awards. There's just... I don't have a reason to do them. It's just so boring. If I do them, then it feels like I'm just playing the game as just basically like a chore. It becomes boring after a while. I mean, yeah, do it like 1% per award and then you'll get it eventually, but it's still boring. What on earth are you doing? Real racers don't wall ride.
Wow. I'm staying in sixth gear. And I'm still catching up. How much do you drive?
Thanks for the boost, mate. Oh my... Our cars interacted with each other on the same plane. That doesn't happen that often in this game.
Come on, we can do 300 in fifth gear.
Kilometers?
Yep.
Why are you limiting yourself? Are you using an H shifter?
No.
You're just using the paddles, okay.
Yep.
You should get an H shifter, lol.
Yeah, $40 later.
$40 for that, that's not bad actually.
I need it for the CPU cooler.
I could send you a CPU cooler, Kappa. Shipping would cost so much if I sent it to you. I'm not shipping you out one, actually. Just buy one on Craigslist. Even if it's a little rust, even if it's a little corroded from just sitting around and doing nothing, you can still polish it up and make it clean and brand new. I'm pretty sure there's ways you can do it.
Well, I'm buying one from Corsair, which is actually water cooled.
Corsair. Mine's water cooled too.
Well, it's for I think 49 euros, so it's a good price actually.
49.
Oh, you know what?
What are you doing? Wee! Oh crap, that didn't work.
Shit. I wanted to try it. Come on, come on, come on.
You're not gonna make it. Have fun getting back to the other side of the wall. What happened to you? Did the wall eat you?
Yes, some kind of.
What are you?
Nah.
What are you doing?
I know the PvP track.
Bruh. Yet I'm still in first place, even after you trying to take that shortcut.
Because I'm driving without brain. Or the wrong way.
What do you mean driving without brain?
I'm holding it with 2 fingers.
Holding what with 2 fingers?
The wheel.
Yeah, I know, I was kidding.
Come on. No, 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 no. Back on the... Why is
What
there
happened
no...
to you? What happened to you? What
There
are
was
you?
no way to get back on track because there's the guard rail.
Oh, the god rail. That AI is keeping up with us. If an AI keeps up with you, then you know you're rubbish.
Oh shit.
Look at how close he is. How do they catch up so fast?
Rubber band Earl.
Oh no. I've never
Did you
seen
know
the
that there's
AI
jump cuts?
catch up this quickly.
Oh boy.
Well, it's because we're rubbish. We keep crashing into stuff.
Yeah, I'm crashing currently every 3 seconds.
Same here. Well, okay. For the record, the F12 Berlinetta is the worst car you can basically use anywhere. Pretty much never use it. Not even for crate missions.
Ah shit. Jumped too late. Ah, that's too early.
You got the soul of a speedrunner. Oh shoot. Hey, look! It's a Lamborghini tractor. There it goes. Crash into the Lamborghini tractor and it'll bring you good luck. Not really.
Saw it. Final stretch, Alex.
Well, I'm Alex too. Next thing you know, you get a demonic voice that's like, there can only be one.
Live stream was closed.
When your live stream is closed, it's not that bad.
Well, there can only be one. Rip.
Oh, I get it now.
Yay, traffic respawns.
No, you're catching up to me again.
Yep. How much are you driving, by the way?
I'm only doing 200 because I crashed into stupid barrels.
Well.
Oh goodness, he's catching up.
Uh-oh. The traffic cars are wiggling.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wee. Oh shoot, understeer. It's the final corner.
Not the final one. There's one more to go.
Where the Eurobeat at? Plays Eurobeat, gets instantaneous copyright strike.
That's so
No,
sad.
plays Eurobeat, gets 3 copyright strikes instantaneously.
Well, I think
One
I,
Eurobeat song as well.
I think I would need to test out what Eurobeat songs I
Oh
can
my!
play.
There's also the issue with YouTube as well, where multiple companies are actually claiming songs that they don't actually own the rights to officially, but they still claim them. So, like, if you play the Gundam style song on your channel, you will get claimed by the person who officially owns the song, and then there'll be like 10 other people that also claim the song, even though they don't own it. Which, that's an abuse of the system, but YouTube's still not doing anything about it. They're not cracking down on those guys, they're not punishing them at all. Whatsoever. That's the worst route you can take.
I know. No!
Boy.
It was like 1 millimeter off.
Yeah, boy. By the time we
Now
finished,
you're
look how far ahead I was. And first, you had more back on tracks than me. You are the crewmaster. Click next.
I did.
Now, the grand finale of the stream today. Y'all will see a Koenigsegg Agera R do Fullstock do 300 nearly 300 miles an hour.
If I can find it. Oh, there it is.
This is drift cars. Where are the drag cars? There we go. To the Bonneville Salt Flats. What in the... Look where it spawned me.
I couldn't see.
It's under the bridge.
Oh.
It spawned me under the bridge. Well, that's legit. That's the way it goes, I guess. Not at the straightaway. At the start of the straightaway.
Oh, come on. Can't you drive turns?
What? No, I can't. We need as long as a straightaway as long enough stretch of road for this.
Okay, just drive.
Well, you gotta be behind me. Oh no!
I am.
I've overheated my tires.
Oh, come on.
There we go, we're good.
No, you're in nothing. I can't see you.
What?
I can't see you in the ground.
What in the hell? Oh no. Hold up, wait for the session to sync up again.
Yep.
Someone was doing a stupid crepe mission, that's why we got desynced probably.
Then I can eat something. Man, now I'm hungry.
There you are. I can see you now.
Oh, I forgot I got no nose. Wait!
I'll wait. Get up to speed. We're gonna go to the Salt Flats. Problem is I can't turn because I'm using a controller.
Okay, hold steady. Ball for 10. Go, go! Yeah, 465. Not more.
Keep following behind me.
You need to lift the throttle a little bit.
What's the maximum speed you got?
465, but drop it. Drop your speed. You're too far away.
Oh, we're already in the dirt. Let's do that one more time.
Wait, I want to see it now with the perf.
The perf's not gonna do that, I can assure you. It's only the
know,
full
I
stock
just-
that does it.
I only want to know how
What
much.
was the
perf-
speed you got, by the way?
465.
465?
I don't know how much that is in.
Kilometers per hour, 2 miles per hour. What was it? 460? What? That was 288.93 miles an hour. Which is pretty good, I guess. Your thing ain't even maxed out. There's traffic. Stop doing a burnout. You have no acceleration compared to this thing. Wait for the VTEC to kick in. Oh, senpai. I don't get that though. Wait, what? I ain't your senpai. Not even. And there you go, you're gone. Do you even lift, bro? You're keeping up with me. We're running out of straight. That's the fastest that this perf car can go. Oh, jeez. Yeah, why are you using the drift one? Yeah, if you can keep it in a straight line. Bunda, come to me. That's because it's a stupid drift car, that's why. Have fun putting the power down. See, it's much lower. But since you've got the pedal system, now you get in a drag car and I'll get a full stock one. And then that's the last thing we'll do, and I'll end the stream off. What in the? Who the heck is this guy? Don't crash into him. Then you'll see you as a jerk. He just went right through me. That doesn't sound weird at all. Where are you going? I think we're being followed. Why is it pink, by the way? Why is yours pink? You're not gonna stop. Oh no, you did. You're fine. Run! Why in the hell does this guy want to race us? I'm only doing 181. I'm only getting to 200 miles an hour. Speed up! Come on, boss. There we go, 292. And I'm keeping up with you still. Holy crap. Wee! Now you're driving at full speed. Bye, Felicia. 282 miles an hour while drafting. Yet the biker guy couldn't even keep up. You spin me right round, baby. Like a record, baby. It's not the remixed one. I don't like that one either. I like how this guy's out here in the middle of nowhere with like a little makeshift construction zone, by the way. And like there's just two people right here working on something. Maybe they're gold diggers. What are you doing? For the record, by the way, those plastic border things, they are taller than your car, which doesn't really make sense because they shouldn't be that tall, actually. Okay. This is like there's a pile of newspapers here. Yeah, there's a pile right here. And then world-ending newspaper as well, which that probably won't happen. Recreation of no. Don't ever say that again. Someone said recreation of Paul Walker crashing. That is really messed up, man. Hey, it's raining at the Bonneville Salt Flats. Totally wouldn't do that in real life. At least not this much. Hey, those construction workers finally have water. Their task is complete. They found water. Anyway, thanks for those that came out to watch the stream. And it's only been less than 2 hours. It's only been less than 2 hours. It's probably the shortest stream I've done in a long time, but I think I'll end it off here today, to be honest. I think I've done enough. Let me do my outro thing.